It's D-Day for would-be Tory leader Robert Jenrick. He's here.
Good morning, Kay.
Good morning. Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time?
Well, I hope to be the leader of the Conservative Party taking us into a successful general election.
Who should Starmer fear more, you or Cleverly or Kemi Badenoch?
Well, in this leadership contest over the last few months, I think I've been the only candidate who has set out specific, clear policies to tackle the big issues facing our country. The NHS, how do we grow the economy? How do we tackle immigration, secure our borders? Because I think it's so important that the Conservative Party gets back onto the common ground of British politics, addressing the things that the public really care about. And the polling suggests that of the candidates, I am the best placed to win back the millions of voters we lost to Reform and the voters we lost on our left to the Lib Dems. If we don't do that, then there's no future for our party, and we will be stuck in the political wilderness for years to come. So the party needs now somebody who is professional, who's competent, and is focused on the most salient issues, the things that your viewers really care about. That is me. That's what I want to do for the Conservative Party. OK,
that's the pitch. Why do you think Cleverly's doing much better than you?
Well, there's always horse trading, OK, in the final stages.
Ooh, what are you suggesting there, then?
Well, look, I've been around long enough to know that in the last few votes in these leadership contests, there's always people, you know, moving around votes and so on. But what really... look, I don't know. But look, what really matters here now...
Otherwise you can't make those accusations.
Well, it's always, you know, there's always a bit of horse trading at the very end.
So you're suggesting Kemi is giving votes to James Cleverly?
No, I don't know. I am absolutely delighted that I am in the final two, going into this last ballot. I think we're very well placed.
You're not in the final two yet.
Well, I'm second placed. I'm second placed in the votes that happened yesterday, and very well placed for the ballot today.
Couldn't be closer between you and Kemi Badenoch.
Look, it's always close. A small parliamentary party. That's why we've got to do better. And I want to win more seats at the next election.
To what extent did it go wrong at the party conference with your speech? It fell flat, and your votes are down from 33 to 31.
Look, I think we had a good party conference, but it's never easy, Kay, to do what I did, which was to walk into that hall and tell some hard truths. I did not speak in platitudes. I don't do platitudes. I think the public are yearning for politicians who lay out the trade-offs, speak the truth. And that's what I did. I said, we've just lost our worst ever electoral defeat. How are we going to get the public's trust and confidence back when we've clearly lost it? And you do that, Kay, by speaking about the big issues that face our country, fiercely defending the things we got right in 14 years, but being honest about our failings. Why didn't we grow the economy faster?
OK.
Why is the NHS not performing better? Why have we not secured our borders? And I want to address those serious things with serious answers and proper leadership for the country.
Do you still believe that the SAS is killing rather than capturing terrorists because of the European courts?
Yes, the point I was making was right. And in fact, yesterday, after days of commentary about this, a set of very senior former Special Forces officers wrote in the Times in support of my position, which is this, that the ECHR and our human rights apparatus is limiting the discretion of military planners when they come to decide how to conduct operations overseas. And in some cases, it is leading them to do things like a lethal drone strike rather than sending in our men and women on the ground. And I think that's wrong. I want to ensure that those in charge of our operations have the greatest discretion possible. So I was supporting our Special Forces, not suggesting that they would act outside of the law.
James Cleverly and Tom Tugendhat have both come out the day after, actually, on this programme, and said that you were wrong. Tom Tugendhat, both military men, says your comments were wrong and show a fundamental misunderstanding of military operations. James Cleverly, former Foreign Secretary, saying our military do not murder people.
Well, I totally agree with that. Of course, that was not the point that I was making. I was defending our Special Forces. I want them to have the freedom of discretion that they need to do what's necessary to keep us safe and themselves safe, Kay. And my position was endorsed yesterday by some very senior former Special Forces officers, and is the point, Kay, that our former Defence Secretary, Ben Wallace, was making when he said, for example, recently, that he thought it would be unlikely that the UK would be able to do an operation like the US did to kill or to capture bin Laden. That's wrong. We can't allow human rights to get in the way of keeping the public safe.
OK, tell me about this hoodie with Hamas terrorists on it.
Well,
what's all that about?
I watched your comments on the show a few weeks ago. Well, I always enjoy watching the show, Kay, but I think on this occasion you were wrong. This is a statement of fact. It is the law of the land that Hamas, like Hezbollah, are prescribed terrorist organisations.
Do you need to put it on a T-shirt?
Well, I think there was a gesture that was very well received by hundreds of thousands of people across our country, particularly the British Jewish community.
Yeah. Why did you need to... That's certainly true. Why did you need to wear it at party conference?
Because I went to an event which was for the British Jewish community, and they feel that, if I'm honest with you, Kay, it was wrong of you and other journalists to even question that what you said, that I might have been inciting people. Inciting who? Supporters of Hamas.
Depends where you wear it.
Supporters of Hamas.
Depends where you wear it, I suppose, doesn't it?
Well,
if you were wearing it as you walked down Park Lane when there was a demonstration for a pro-Palestinian demonstration coming the other way, what do you think would happen?
Well, I'm not bothered about supporters of Hamas or Hezbollah. They are terrorists.
I didn't say that. I said
they are terrorists. Anyone should be able to walk down the streets of this country, Kay, stating the law. The law is that Hamas are a terrorist organisation, and I do not want to see any support for terrorism in this country.
That's not what I said. Anyway, do you feel that it's appropriate to wear a hoodie to show your principles?
Yes.
Why?
Because we live in a free country, and anyone should be able to wear a hoodie which is emblazoned with statements of the law. That is absolutely integral to freedom of speech.
When are you going to wear it next? Will you wear it this afternoon when we're hearing whether or not you're going to be chosen?
Well, I'm not intending to wear it this afternoon, no. I mean, and also, okay, I think your viewers will be surprised. Why are you so focused on this? Why not focus on the issues that really matter to the public, like the economy, like the NHS, like immigration?
I'll let you talk about those to start with, and then this is a sidebar to what you were on your soapbox. I'll let you have your 2 minutes.
No, I understand.
We're moving on to Cleverly Tickets now, and the fact that he took his wife to freebie sporting events without declaring it. Thoughts on that?
Look, I'm not going to get into any criticism of other candidates in this. As I understand it, it was a simple administrative error, and it's been corrected.
Twice?
Well, it's been corrected. Obviously, James would have to explain the circumstances.
Emerged of him with his missus?
Well, he'd have to explain. He'd have to explain the circumstances. What I am focused on is my own case to Conservative MPs, to members, and most importantly to the general public. Why I think I'm best placed to take this party forward. I'm not going to get into criticising other candidates.
Would you have sanctioned a blue light motorcade for a pop star?
Well, I don't know the details, but I was very surprised by that. You know, the police have better things to be doing than helping a pop star get through London faster than they might otherwise have done. I want the police to be on our streets, stopping crime, keeping the public safe. London is a city which has crime, knife crime, serious violent crime, which is too high. That is what I want them to be focused on. So it's a surprising decision to my mind.
We're told that it was made because of a security concern, given what happened in Austria a couple of weeks ago.
Well, as I said, I don't know the details, so it'd be wrong of me to comment further. But primarily, I think the police's job is to keep the public safe, not worry about celebrities.
OK, here's another question you won't like. £300,000 in debt, a company, it never made a profit, no staff, taking loans from businesses based in the British Virgin Islands. Is that a trustworthy company to you?
Well, you're referring to a company that gave a donation to my campaign. This is a British company, registered at Companies House. The details are all in the public domain. It's perfectly normal for companies to give donations to political parties and campaigns. They do all the time. And for complete transparency, the business person behind this company made himself known so that anyone can see the full details of the transaction. So it's a completely above-board donation.
Why didn't you take money from him?
Incidentally, the businessman behind the company has given money to a range of others, including the Labour Party.
Why didn't you take the money from him rather than a company that's got £300,000 worth of debt, never made a profit and doesn't have any staff?
Well, it's normal for companies to give political donations, and the businessman in question here has made himself known, so there's no question of a lack of transparency.
Did you do any digging into the company before you took the donation?
Yes, the normal process is that you ask your political party, in this case the Conservative Party, to check whether it's a valid donation, and they did. OK, and why did you not take the money from him directly rather than through the business? Well, it's perfectly normal.
Have you met him?
I have, and companies give donations all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, in fact, I think a majority of donations to political parties come from companies, so it's not unusual. OK,
but why didn't you take it directly from him? Is my question. I don't think you're answering that question.
Well, it was, as I understand it, was the preference of the company to give the donation. But that is a perfectly normal thing to do.
How did you spend the money?
Well, it costs money to run leadership campaigns, and that's quite right.
Did you buy those Bobby J caps? Pink caps?
I don't know specifically.
Tell me about those Bobby J caps. Come on.
I think it was just a bit of fun, Kay. You can have a laugh, can't you? It's a bit of fun.
Usually at politicians' expense. OK. How worried are you about later on?
Look, I am, relaxed but not complacent. We are working hard, trying to get all the votes we can and get over the line so we can move forward into the members' stage. What I think you've seen from me over the summer is we've worked relentlessly, extremely hard. In all 4 nations of the UK, done hundreds of meetings with members. And the most important thing of all is that I have an actual diagnosis of where did this go wrong? Why did we lose the election? Where did we fail to deliver as a party? And how can we, Conservative Party, how can we recapture the common ground of British politics? And that is, Kay, by talking relentlessly about the economy, the NHS and our borders, not getting distracted, going down rabbit holes, turning the Conservative Party into a Twitter account. You want this party to be led by somebody who is serious, has ideas and policies, who stands on principle, as I did when I resigned from the Cabinet over immigration, and can imbue it with competence and professionalism again and begin to win back the trust and the confidence of the British public.
You've had 3 shredded wheat this morning, haven't you? How are you going to feel in the moments before the result is issued?
It's always nerve-wracking, isn't it? Because there's lots at stake. For me personally, but more importantly for the party and the country. I feel more passionately than ever that this party needs to turn a page on the recent Conservative past, get serious and get the leadership that the country wants, because the country wants a strong opposition. Whatever your politics, we need to have a strong opposition to be taking the fight to Keir Starmer, beginning with the budget at the end of the month.
Which of the other 2 are you more worried about?
Well, it looks pretty clear that James is going to be in the final. That's just the arithmetic now. So it's a simple question for my parliamentary colleagues. Who do you think should be alongside James? Should it be Kemi or myself? Obviously, I'm making the case that I'm best placed to win the contest, but more importantly than that, because it's not about the party, it's about the country. Who is best placed to address seriously the big challenges facing our country?
What will you do if you lose?
I'll continue to serve my constituents in Newark and serve the Conservative Party in any way that I can.
OK, it's good to see you as well.
Thank you, Kay.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. You can find out who will be knocked out of the race with Sky's live coverage of the crucial vote this afternoon at 3:30. We heard there from Robert Jenrick making the case that he should be in the final 2.